What is the difference between equation and inequality? These are equations. An equation has an equal sign. These are inequalities. Inequalities have these signs. So, an inequality has one or more of these signs. This is less than, this one less than or equal, this one greater than, and this greater than or equal. In this video, you are going to learn about linear inequalities in one variable. These are some of the examples of linear inequalities in one variable. In all these inequalities, there is only one variable. Here the variable is p, here y, here w. These inequalities are linear inequalities because the exponent of the variables is 1. Here the variable is x. X means x to the power 1. So the exponent of the variable is 1. Here p, the exponent is 1. Here it is w. W means the exponent is 1. Now if you take this inequality, the exponent of the variable is 2. So this is not a linear inequality. Also this one. Here the exponent of the variable x is negative 1. So this is not linear. Now let us look at the meaning of the inequality symbols. This is x less than 2. This means this x is a set of all real numbers less than 2 and the number 2 excluded. For example, this x can be 1 because 1 is less than 2. X can be negative 100. X can be 0.8 because 0.8 is less than 2. X can be 1.99, but x cannot be equal to 2. Now this one, x less than or equal to. This means x is 2. X is 2 and all real numbers less than 2. In this case, the number 2 included. For example, this x can be negative 13 because negative 13 is less than 2. X can be negative 50, x can be 1.5, and also x can be equal to 2. Now this one, x greater than 2. This means this x is all real numbers greater than 2 and the number 2 excluded. For example, x can be 3 because 3 is greater than 2. X can be 40, x can be 9.7, x can be 2.1, but x cannot be equal to 2. Now this one, x greater than or equal to. This means x is 2 and all real numbers greater than 2. In this case, the number 2 included. For example, this x can be 4 because 4 is greater than 2. X can be 300, x can be 1000, and also x is equal to 2. You saw that an inequality represents a set of numbers. We call this set the solution set. We can draw a graph of the solution set on a number line, and also we can write the solution set in another form called interval notation or interval form. In the next slide, you will learn how to draw the graph of an inequality and also how to write an inequality in interval notation. Let us draw the graphs of these inequalities. First take this one, x less than 2. We are going to draw the graph of this inequality on the number line. You have 2 here, so go to the number 2 and put an open circle because this 2 not included. Now you have less than 2. All these numbers are less than 2. So you need to draw a graph or you need to draw a line from here to all the way to negative infinity. I put open circle here. You can also put parenthesis. So you need to put open circle or parenthesis, one of these. This is the graph of this inequality. Now we will write this in interval notation. In this graph, this is the leftmost number and this is the rightmost number. So first write this, then put a comma, then this number. For negative infinity, you need to put parenthesis. Now to here open circle, so you need to put parenthesis here. This is the interval notation of this inequality. Now let us draw the graph of this inequality. In this inequality, there is an equal sign, so the number 2 included. Let us draw the graph. This number is 2, so go to the number 2 and here you need to put a filled circle because 2 is included. This is less than. Since all these numbers are less than 2, you need to draw a line from here to here, like this. Here I put filled circle. Instead of filled circle, you can also put bracket. So you need to put one of these. This is the graph of this inequality. Now we write the interval notation. Leftmost number, negative infinity, write that, then put a comma, rightmost 2. Negative infinity, you need to put parenthesis. So here filled circle, so you need to put bracket. This is the interval notation of this inequality. So when you write in interval notation, if there is less than, the first number is negative infinity and the second number is this one. Here there is no equal sign, so you need to put parenthesis. Negative infinity, always put parenthesis. So here there is an equal sign, so you need to put bracket. Now we are going to draw the graphs of these inequalities. So first take this one, x greater than 2. So in this inequality, the 2 not included. We are going to draw the graph. You have 2 here. So go to the number 2 and put a open circle. Put a open circle because 2 not included. You have greater than 2. If you take all these numbers are greater than 2. So you need to draw a line from here to all the way to infinity. So I put open circle. Instead of open circle, you can also put parenthesis. So put this one or this one, one of these. This is the graph of this inequality. Now we write the interval notation. Take the leftmost point in this graph. This is the leftmost point. The leftmost number is 2 and this is the rightmost number, that is infinity. So first write this one, then put a comma, then this one. Open circle, so you need to put parenthesis. Infinity, you need to always put parenthesis. So this is the interval notation of this inequality. Now this one, we got 2 here, so go to 2, there is an equal sign, so that means the 2 included. So you need to put a solid or filled circle. Now this is greater than, so all these numbers are greater than 2. So you need to draw a line from here to here. As we did before, if it is a filled circle, you can put this or the bracket. So put one of these. This is the graph of this inequality. Now the interval notation or the interval form. Leftmost number is 2, comma, rightmost infinity, filled circle, bracket, put a bracket, then infinity, you need to always put parenthesis. So note that when you write in interval notation, if it is greater than, you put this as the first number, then the infinity. No equal sign, so you need to put parenthesis. Infinity, always parenthesis. So here there is an equal sign, so you need to put bracket. This is another inequality. A number here less than, variable less than another number. What is the meaning of this inequality? This means this x is all real numbers between -5 and 4, but -5 and 4 are excluded. Let us draw the graph of this inequality. First take this number, put an open circle, then this number, put an open circle. This x is all these numbers between 95 and 4. So you need to draw a line from here to here. This is the graph of this inequality. Now the interval notation. Take the leftmost number, that is -5, comma, the rightmost number, 4. Open circle, so you need to put parenthesis. Here also open circle, put parenthesis. This is the interval notation of this inequality. To write this, you take this number, then comma, this number. No equal sign, so you need to put parenthesis. Now I have this one. So here there is an equal sign and also another equal sign here. This means this x is all real numbers between -5 and 4, and the numbers -5 and 4 are included. So here the graph is, go to -5 and put a filled circle because this number is included. Then go to 4, put a filled circle because 4 is included. Now draw a line from here to here. This is the graph of this inequality. Now the interval notation. Take the leftmost number, comma, the rightmost. Now filled circle, put bracket. So here again filled circle, put a bracket. This is the interval notation. Now here I put open circle. You can also put parenthesis. Here parenthesis. So here you can put bracket. So put one of these, this or this. So here this or this. Next, solving inequalities. I have this inequality. this is a simple inequality because you have the variable on one side and a number on the other side. And you know the values of x. X is all the real numbers less than 3. Now I have this inequality. In this inequality, what are the values of x? To find that, you need to isolate the variable so that you have the variable on one side and a number on the other side. Isolating the variable is called solving. To solve an inequality, you need to use the properties of inequalities. What are the properties of inequalities? That you will see in the next slide. I have this inequality 2 less than 5. This is true because you know 2 is less than 5. Now I am going to add number 3 on both sides. 2 plus 3 less than 5 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5 less than 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 less than 8. This is also true. So you can add a number on both sides of an inequality. This is called the addition property. Now I am going to subtract number 3 on both sides. 2 minus 3 less than 5 minus 3. 2 minus 3 is negative 1 less than 5 minus 3 is 2. Negative 1 less than 2. This is also true. So you can also subtract a number on both sides of an inequality. This is called the subtraction property. So you can add or subtract a number on both sides of an inequality. Remember that you need to add or subtract on both sides, not one side. Now I am taking this inequality 4 less than 6. This is true because 4 is less than 6. Now I am going to multiply a positive number 5 on both sides. So 4 times 5 less than 6 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20 less than 6 times 5 is 30. 20 is less than 30. So this is true. So you can multiply a positive number on both sides of an inequality. Now I am going to multiply a negative number on both sides. So 4 times negative 5 less than 6 times negative 5. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20 less than 6 times negative 5 is negative 30. Negative 20 less than negative 30. So you know that negative 20 is the larger number. So negative 20 cannot be less than negative 30. So this is not true. To make this true, you need to reverse the symbol. So now negative 20 greater than negative 30. This is true. So you need to reverse the symbol when multiplying with a negative number. Now I am taking this inequality negative 8 less than 4. This is true. Now I am going to divide a positive number on both sides. Negative 8 divided by 2 less than 4 divided by 2. Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4 less than 4 divided by 2 is 2. Negative 4 is less than 2. This is true. So you can divide a positive number on both sides of an inequality. Now I am going to divide a negative number on both sides. Negative 8 divided by negative 2 less than 4 divided by negative 2. Negative 8 divided by negative 2 is positive 4, less than 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. Out of these two numbers, 4 is larger. 4 is larger than negative 2. So 4 less than negative 2 is not true. To make this true, you need to reverse the symbol. Now 4 greater than negative 2. This is true. So remember that you need to reverse the symbol when dividing an inequality by a negative number. So it is important, you need to remember to reverse a symbol if you multiply or divide an inequality by a negative number. If the symbol is less than, you need to change this into greater than. If it is less than or equal, change this into greater than or equal. If the symbol is greater than, you need to change this into less than. If the symbol is greater than or equal, you need to change into less than or equal when multiplying or dividing a negative number. Now we are going to do some problems. First, this one. You need to solve this inequality. Then you need to graph the solution set and write the solution in interval notation. Solving means isolating the variable y. In this inequality, the variable is in the left hand side, and here there are two terms, 2y and 6. So first you need to isolate this term by moving this to the right hand side. Moving this to the right hand side is same as subtracting 6 on both sides. That means you will be using the subtraction property of inequality. So write this. We are moving this to the right hand side. So now you have this less than or equal. You have 4 here. Move this to the right hand side. Positive 6 becomes negative 6. You need to change the sign. Now 2y less than or equals 4 minus 6 is negative 2. You need y. So we need to divide this 2 on both sides. You get y less than or equals negative 2 divided by 2. That is y less than or equals negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. So this is the solution. Now you need to draw the graph of this inequality on the number line. You have negative 1 here. So go to negative 1 and you need to put a filled circle because there is an equal sign here. This is less than, so you need to draw a line all the way to negative infinity. Now instead of filled circle, you can also put bracket. So you put one of this, either put a filled circle or bracket. This is the graph of this inequality. That is the graph of the solution. Now we need to write this in interval notation. This is less than, so first you need to put negative infinity. So that is this one, then comma this number. Negative infinity, you need to always put parenthesis. Now here you have an equal sign, so you need to put bracket here. This is the interval notation. Now we do this problem. To solve this inequality, you need to isolate this term because this term has the variable x. To isolate this, you need to move this to the right hand side. So write this now less than or equal negative 25. Move this to this side. You need to change the sign. If you move from one side to the other, you need to change the sign of the term. So negative 5, you need to put positive 5. Negative 2x less than or equal. Negative 25 plus 5 is negative 20. Now you need x. So you need to divide negative 2 on both sides. So you get x less than or equal negative 20 divided by negative 2. So you are dividing by a negative number. So you need to reverse the sign from less than to greater than. Less than or equal to greater than or equal. So x is negative 20 divided by negative 2 is positive 10. This is the solution. Now first we write the interval form. So this is greater. So first you need to write this number, then comma, infinity, positive infinity. There is an equal sign, so you need to put a bracket here. Infinity, you need to always put parenthesis. So this is the interval notation. Now let us draw the graph. You have 10 here, so go to 10. You need to put a filled circle because of this equal sign. This is greater than, so you need to draw a line all the way to positive infinity. Now, instead of filled circle, you can also put bracket. So you put filled circle or bracket. Next, we are going to do this problem. You need to solve this inequality. In this inequality, this term has the variable. This is on the right hand side. First, you need to isolate this term. To isolate this, you need to move this to the left hand side. So you have negative 10. Move this to the left hand side. You need to change the sign. Negative 2 becomes positive 2. Now greater than t divided by 3. Negative 10 plus 2 is negative 8, greater than t divided by 3. You need t, so you need to remove this. To remove this, you need to multiply 3 on both sides because this is dividing. So you need to multiply 3 on both sides to remove this. You get negative 8 times 3 greater than t. Negative 8 times 3 is negative 24 greater than t. So here the variable t is on the right hand side, but it is better if you write this on the left hand side, if you move this to the left hand side. So you need to switch sides. Move this to the left hand side and this to the right hand side. So t, if you switch sides, you need to reverse the inequality symbol. So greater than becomes less than this. So you see here, this open, this side is to add the number. So this is the solution. Now let us first write the interval notation, then the graph. This is less than, so you need to first write negative infinity, then comma, this number. There is no equal sign, so you need to put parenthesis here because no equal sign. Negative infinity, you need to always put parenthesis. So this is the interval notation of the solution. Now we draw the graph. Negative 24. You have negative 25. Negative 24 is close to negative 25, somewhere here. There is no equal sign, so you need to put a open circle. This is less than, so draw a line all the way to negative infinity. Here you can put open circle or parenthesis. This is the graph. Now we are going to do this problem. In this inequality, you have the variable on the left hand side and also on the right hand side. To solve this, you need to move this term to the left hand side or move this term to the right hand side so that all the variable terms are on one side. I am going to move this to the left hand side. So 62 minus 5u, move this to the left hand side, positive 2u, you need to change the sign to negative 2u, greater than. Now you have 6. 62, negative 5u minus 2u is negative 7u, greater than 6. Now you need to isolate this term by moving this to the right hand side. So negative 7u greater than 6, move this to the right hand side and change the sign. You need to put negative 62. Negative 7u greater than 6 minus 62 is negative 56. Now you need u, so you need to divide negative 7 both sides. So you get u greater than negative 56 divided by negative 7. I am dividing by a negative number, so you need to reverse the inequality symbol. U less than negative 56 divided by negative 7 is 8. This is the solution. Now we write this in interval notation. Less than, so the first number is negative infinity. Negative infinity always parenthesis, then comma, this number. No equal sign, so put parenthesis. This is the interval notation. Now we draw the graph. You have 8 here, go to 8, no equal sign, put an open circle, 8 here, an open circle. Now less than, so draw a line all the way to negative infinity. You can put open circle or parenthesis. This is the graph. Next, we do this problem. In this inequality, you have parenthesis. So to solve this inequality, first you need to remove the parenthesis by using the distributive property. What is the distributive property? I have this A parenthesis, then B plus C. This is equal to multiply this and this, A times B, AB. Now multiply this and this, A times positive C is positive AC. We use this property to remove these parentheses. So write this. Now you multiply this and this, positive 4, positive A. If you multiply, you get positive 4A. Now you multiply this and this, positive 4 times negative 2, you get negative 8. Now greater than or equal 5a. 2a plus 4a is 6a, negative 8, greater than or equal 5a. You have the variable a here and also here. You need to move this to the left hand side so that all the variable terms are on one side. So 6a, move this to the left hand side. You need to change the sign. Positive 5a becomes negative 5a. Now you need to move this to the right hand side. Greater than or equal negative 8. If you move to the right hand side, you get positive 8. 6a minus 5a is a, greater than or equal 8. This is the solution. Now we need to write this in interval form. You have greater than, so first to write this number, equal sign, so you need to put bracket, comma, the second number is positive infinity. For infinity, you always need to put parenthesis. This is the interval notation. Now we draw the graph. You have 8 here, so go to the 8, put a filled circle because there is an equal sign. This is greater than, so you need to draw a line all the way to positive infinity. Instead of filled circle, you can also put bracket. This is the graph. Now we do this problem. In this inequality, there are fractions 5 over 6, 3 over 6. To solve this, you need to clear the fractions. To clear the fractions, take the denominators and find the least common denominator. So take these numbers, now divide. 6 and 4 both can be divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now you cannot find a number that can divide both these numbers. So now the least common denominator is you multiply these numbers. 2 times 3 times 2. This is equal to 12. Now you need to multiply this LCD on both sides, here and here. Now on the left hand side, you have two terms. So this one and this one. So you need to multiply the LCD in this term, and here. So take this, multiply the 12. Now take this term, multiply the 12. Less than, now multiply here, 7 times 12. Now you can divide 12 by 6, you get a 2. Also 12, you can divide by 4, you get a 3. So now the denominators are gone. Now multiply this and this. 5 times 2, 10. Then this w plus 2. Then minus 3 times 3, 9. You have this less than 7 times 12 is 84. Now you need to remove these parentheses by using the distributive property. So multiply this and this. 10 times w, 10w, 10 times positive 2, positive 20. Then multiply this and this. Negative 9 times 2, negative 18w. Negative 9 times negative 2 is positive 18. Now less than 84. Now you have 10w, negative 18w. You will get negative 8w. 10 minus 18 is negative 8w. Now 20 plus 18 is 38, less than 84. Now you need to isolate this term by moving this to the right hand side. You get this less than 84. If you move this to the right hand side, you need to change the sign. Positive 38 becomes negative 38. Negative 8w less than 84 minus 38 is 46. Now you need a w, so divide negative 8 both sides. W 46 divided by negative 8. Since you are dividing by a negative number, you need to reverse the inequality symbol. So W. So now you have 46 and 8. Both 46 and 8 can be divided by 2. 46 divided by 2 is 23. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So you have W greater than negative 23 divided by 4. This is the solution. Now you can write the interval notation of this greater than. So put this number as the first number. No equal sign, so you need to put parenthesis, comma. Second number is infinity. Infinity, you need to always put parenthesis. So this is the interval notation. Now we draw the graph. So you have negative 23 divided by 4. This is a fraction. So negative 23 divided by 4 is negative 5.75. So that is somewhere here. So this negative 23 over 5 is negative 5.75. That is here. I put open circle because there is no equal sign. Now this is greater, so you need to draw a line all the way to positive infinity. So you can put open circle or parenthesis. Next, we do this problem. In this inequality, you have a number here, then there is less than, variable is here, then there is less than, and another number. The variable is in the middle. To solve this, you need to isolate this x, the variable. To isolate this, you need to remove this. Remove positive 6. To remove this, you need to add a negative 6, or you need to subtract 6. But you need to subtract 6 here and here and here, because this inequality has 1, 2, 3 sides. So write this, subtract 6, now less than. If you subtract 6, you get x, less than, subtract 6 here, 12 minus 6, negative 4, negative 6, negative 10, less than x, less than 12 minus 6 is 6. So you solved this inequality. So this is a solution to this inequality. Now we need to write this in interval notation. So first to draw the graph. You have negative 10. So go to negative 10. Here no equal sign. So you need to put a open circle. Now go to 6. No equal sign. Put a open circle here. Now draw a line from here to here. You can put open circle or parenthesis. This is the graph. Now we write this in interval notation. Take this number. You need to put a parenthesis because no equal sign, comma, this number. Put a parenthesis because there is no equal sign. This is the interval notation. Finally, we do this problem. You need to solve this inequality. In this inequality, you have a number here, another number, and the variable is in the middle. Here you have less than or equal, less than or equal. So there is a number 3 here. You need to isolate the x. To isolate the x, first to remove this 3 by multiplying 3 here, here, and here. So take this, multiply the 3, now less than or equal. You are multiplying a 3, so 3, 3 cancels. You get 4x minus 5. Less than or equal 8 times 3. Now 2 times 3 is 6. Less than or equal 4x minus 5. Less than or equal 8 times 3, 24. So now you have 4x here. You need to isolate this. To isolate this, you need to add positive 5 here, here, and here. So you get 6 plus 5 less than or equal. So you get 4x less than or equal 24 plus 5. 6 plus 5, 11 less than or equal 4x less than or equal 24 plus 5 is 29. So now you have 4 here. You need x. So you need to divide this 4 here, here, and here. So you get 11 divided by 4 less than or equal. So you are dividing 4. So you get x less than or equal 29 divided by 4. So you solved this inequality. Now you need to draw the graph and the solution in interval notation. So first to draw the graph. So you have 11 over 4. So this means this is 2.75 is close to 3. There is an equal sign. So you need to put a filled circle. Now here 29 divided by 4. This is 7.25. That is somewhere here. You have equal sign. So put a filled circle. Now draw a line from here to here. So you can put a filled circle or bracket. This is the graph. Now we write this in interval notation. First write this equal sign. So put bracket, comma, this number. Now equal sign. So you need to put bracket. This is the interval notation.